satsang has many dimensions of expression. If in life, if you can express and experience life in its purest form, that is satsang. Purest form in the sense beyond any other mediums, meaning beyond any memories, beyond any language, beyond any conclusions, any experiences, just in the pure presence, if you can be in touch with what is, that is satsang. Can you all please close your eyes? In this moment, can you exist in the possiblest, purest form? In the most possible, purest form. Satsangatve nisangatvam. Nisangatvam means when the nisangatvam happens, satsang is the result. Nitsang means you are not identifying the happening of life with any particularity. Nothing in particular what you perceive, nothing in particular what memory bothers, nothing in particular what illusions, imaginations you have. Your chitta is not bothered by any vritti. What Patanjali calls as chitta vritti nirodha, Shankara calls as nisangatvam. Truth is, what is satsang? Be with what is. Be with what is. That means you no need to be with what you hear, be with what you touch, be with what you see. Can you be beyond sense perception? Senses, instead of perceiving the external stimulations, places the internal expression in this creation. Senses are required. If you are walking in the street, your senses speaks and makes you to understand the truth of traffic. If you are walking in the forest, your senses makes you to understand the truth of trees. If you are swimming in the ocean, the truth of ocean. The same senses, let them make you understand the truth of the self. As you are in the forest, as you are in the traffic, as you are in the ocean, can you be with your true self? Let the senses perceive the true self. Satsang is a continuous process. And everybody thinks they are with the truth. That's why even it's not easy to change anyone. That's why even by listening anything, nobody changes so easily. Only experiences changes a person. No words, no readings, no talkings, nothing. Of course, they change a person, but it's very, very slow. The authentic way of transformation is experience. If you are experiencing the car in the traffic, you experience the driving. Anybody can talk for hundreds of years about driving. What you experience with the driving, that's ultimate. By showing a picture of forest, you may experience that forest to some extent. But once you walk by yourself in the forest, no experience can replace that, because that's what forest is. You are with it. In the same way, if you have a wish to experience the self, you have to be with the self and experience it. Every spiritual practice is to make you to experience the true self. Why that experience of true self is required is mainly because that is the basic program which gets manifested into everything around us. If you wish to see the star, you have to look at the sky. By closing the door inside, you will never be able to experience the star. In the same way, if you wish to experience the self, you have to dive to the self. Because out of that self, everything manifests. If you know yourself, you know the self of each and every bit of this creation, because self of you and me all same. The mind, which continuously has programmed through separations, through differences, has to be reprogrammed, substituted by oneness. The difference is each and every moment program of each and every living thing on this planet. Without experiencing the differences, you cannot make any kind of journey in the nature. Impossible. You should know the difference. You need to experience the differences as long as you are living in association with the nature. You should differentiate between your car and the next car. You should differentiate between red light and green light. You should differentiate between ocean and the shore. Always difference, difference, difference. So this program is continuous and very strong. It has happened for millions of births. The mind has strongly programmed to experience the differences, which is reflected as ego. This is the direct link. Experiencing the differences from outside, reflection of ego is the consequence of that. The more you are feeling different than others or other things, the more ego is boosted. Instead, the program of differences, the program of separation has to be substituted by the program of oneness. This will be a possible solution for all kinds of problems what we all have in life. Whether the problem may be personal, whether the problem may be in general or social, let it be anything. For every problem, the solution is in experiencing the oneness. That is the greatness of meditation. Why it is like this? Because life is the manifestation of your own self. See, if you are dreaming, what you dream is the manifestation of your own state of mind. What you dream is entirely different to the person next. But you feel it's real. And even in dream, your friends may be there. Even in dream, you are driving a car, swimming, everything possible. Everybody is there. Your friend may be sleeping next to you. Your friend may be walking in your dreams. Multiple dimension of possibility. That is the truth of the creation. Because creation has no restriction. Creation, what we feel from the nature angle is the multi-dimensional. Anything, any possibility is expressed. There is no limitation. Every possibility is creation because there is the abundancy, infinite possibility of the conscious state. You are dreaming, your friend may be there in the dream, your friend may be there in the sleeping. Next to you, one more person is dreaming, your friend may be there in that dream also. It appears real for them. In the same way, this multi-dimensional reality, we all manifests when we carry our journey on this planet. And everything appears as real. That's what Shankara called as Maya or illusion. Satsangatve Nisangatvam. The same Shankara, Nisangatvam. Whatever any particularity in the sense, the differences. We all have a common platform, a common source, where we have a possibility of know the ultimate truth, the absolute truth, from where everything gets manifested. If you are able to touch that source, the point of manifestation of life, if you have a very celebration filled, healthy based life, what dream you will have will be healthy dreams. If you don't have any fear in you, there will be no fear in the dreams. If you don't have any desires in real, there will be no desires in the dream. If you are happy and celebration genuinely in the mind, you will be happy and celebrating in the dreams. Who you are at the mind state, it gets reflected in the dreams. In the same way, who you are at the self gets reflected in unfolding of life. This unfolding of life, whether it is a personal, general or social, whatever you call, is in the end who you are at the self. If you are able to spend time with the self, spend time with the self means not guided by any illusions, not guided by any teachings, not guided by any discourses, not guided by any past or future, any perceptions. At that moment, in its purest form, in your own journey with your own self. Nothing can substitute there. And it should not be substituted by anything if your wish is this. Even your own sense perceptions should not substitute it. Tadha drashtuhu swarupe avasthanam. That's what Patanjali speaks in the beginning of his sutras. Then only the real self is expressed. The real swarupa, the real rupa, swarupa, the self. That makes you understand what is life, what is the purpose of life, why I am behaving like this, why I am aggressive, why I have complaints, why I cry, why I am in pain. Every solution you will get because you are with the source. If you want any solution for your dream issues, in your dream, if you are bitten by a snake, in your dream, you are drowning in a river, how you can solve it? You have to come out of the dream if you want to authentically solve it. In the same way, by catching the manifested part, and already which is a result in front of you, and if you want to bring any changes in life, any transformation in life, it's quite impossible task. If you wish to make a genuine transformation in life, the one and only solution is to enter the phase where from which the life itself is manifested. All kinds of impurities has to leave the system. You are pure. That purity is freedom. That purity is love. That purity is oneness. That purity is spirituality. That purity is you, me, birds, animals, ocean, everything. So that all-inclusive purity, that non-differentiated purity, which connects all of us to that purity, that divine energy. To that, if you are able to align every day, it's enough. You no need to do anything else to transform your life, to reform your life. All the circuses towards that stops. Just to establish in the true self. That is satsang. Satsang is not only the sessions what's happening here. In fact, each and every living thing on this planet, to that extent in this universe, they're all moving towards satsang. Why you drive your car? Why you swim in the ocean? Why you travel? To find something, to reach somewhere, to search, to get something. In fact, each and every living thing is making this eternal journey to touch that source, to touch the core from which everything gets manifested. That's all the program what we all undergo in this creation. If you have that space, that is the basic thing needed to be in a satsang. You may tell, oh, I am very busy in my whole day. I don't have time to meditation. I don't have time to meditation. It means you don't have time for your own self-expression. You may go for swimming, you may go for some sports, you may go for some activities, you may go for outing with the friends, and your schedule may be very full for next few months, and yet you may brand, I don't have time for meditation. That means you are ready to spend your lifetime for an implemented program. If you are playing a game, it's an implemented program. You have to be in a particular way. Every action demands a particular way from you. Even if you walk in the street, you may be free to walk anywhere, but you're not totally free. You have to behave in one or the other way in a particular way. A particularity will continuously will be going to bother you. The total freedom is satsang. To that level, whatever actions we all do in life, through every actions we are trying to express the true self. It's a journey. A butcher who is cutting the animals, by expressing violence, he is making a journey towards non-violence. By liberating his conditionings. A person who is lying, a person who is expressing their desires, an animal which is eating another animal, a person who is meditating, a person who is walking in the street, everything, every bit, every action is the complete form of divine expression where each and everything is moving, making a journey towards expressing the self. There is no other journey is possible. The one and only journey is the manifestation of the true self. Everybody, every living thing makes a step towards that. Means may be different. People may be doing different things. In the end, why they are doing different things? Some people at this moment may be getting rid of their karmas. Some people may be adding more karmas. Why people add and get rid of karmas? If you get rid of karmas, you move towards the self. If you are adding more and more karmas, then also you are moving towards the self. Mainly because the more you add the karmas, the more you have to feel your journey in the experience field, meaning you have to more interact with the nature. The more you interact with the nature, it pushes you towards the consciousness. It's always like that. That's why the more you travel, the more you understand in the end, who am I, why I am traveling. Even if you speak to the people who travel for 8 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, they tell, oh, I need a center. Oh, now I understood. Who am I? After traveling, I am able to come out of my angriness. After traveling, I was able to come out of my holdings. This traveling expanded myself. So through that, you are interacting. Through interaction with the nature, you evolve. The more you have imprints, the more interaction you will have. Lesser the imprints, easier the life. So in the end, in both way, you will be through way of struggle, through way of imprints, you are making a journey, maybe a slower journey, maybe a struggle journey towards the self. With the lesser imprints, lesser and lesser, you are becoming the self itself. So this whole creation is sculpturing. Millions possibility of experiencing the self. Because that is the depth of consciousness, is multidimensional. It needs to experience itself. A duality is in front of us. A non-duality is the truth within us. Not only this planet. If you look at the creation like this, you cannot count billions of galaxies. Unexplainable. Not even by speaking we cannot reach. From birth to death, you put 1, you tell 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. You go on telling to that extent exist things around us. So many planets are there, so many galaxies are there. It's not ending. Because that is the richness, infinite richness of the consciousness. And it's multidimensional. On this planet, under this program, some millions of people are making this journey. Like this, under different physical laws, under different programs, under different planets. It's all possibility. On this planet, we may have water as ocean. And scientists found in some planets methane, the liquid methane is ocean. See, their life manifestation has a different physical laws and different physical program. Here, if the gravity makes a particular way of life, some planets are there where there may not be gravity. Like this, every possibility is there. So this ultimate aim of life is not to struggle for things in the outer interactions. It's not at all about what you perceive. What you perceive is a symbolic representation which indicates, oh, you are here, you are alive. You have this possibility called life. So beyond the perception program, if you can touch the expression program of the self, that is satsang. This perception program to transformation into the expression program, there lies the keys to the peace. That is the key for celebration. That is the key for easiness, simplicity. If you are able to do this, every word of Patanjali Sutra, every word of Bhagavad Gita, every word of any Upanishad falls in this line. One truth expressed in different words. Because understanding should happen multidimensionally. That totality of self-expression. Towards that, when you are making the steps in life, that is satsang.